Hi folks, we're here, beginning of the new year 2018, McKay and I, in order to fill you in on all that's going on. But we want to start with the saddest news of all, the passing of Vinny Ventriglia. We as the administration, as teachers, as the family of Vernon, as our students, all are heartbroken at the loss. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family and with everyone who loved that wonderful young man. We also are sad to say the passing of Ken Huebner. Mr. Huebner was not only a baseball coach at the high school for years, also a phys ed teacher. Again, to the Huebner family, our sincerest condolences. All right, the big news this week is Glen Meadow. And what has happened is the state is now issuing the state report cards under ESSA. So what happens with ESSA is they identify the subgroups in each of the schools and how they did as well, which is a new piece to the testing as we go through this process for the first time this year. And one of our subgroups in Glen Meadow did not achieve proficiency the way they needed to. So I've sent out letters to all the parents at Glen Meadow explaining exactly what has to be done, which are minor tweaks that we will take care of as we move forward in 2018 with the park testing this spring. So I just wanted you to be aware of that, and I may send out a podcast just on the testing results when everything is released on Friday. The results will be released on Friday, and we'll post them immediately on our website. Matt's here, and he'll make sure it happens. All right, let's get into some of the things that have been going on at this outset of 2018. Okay, today is Tuesday, January 9th, and a lot has happened the first 9 days, but one of the things that happened just at the end of the year was Wreaths Across America, Mrs. Basso with her wonderful Glen Meadow students at the cemetery. What a wonderful project. Our new board members were sworn in. Dr. Michael Peak, Mrs. Natalie Buccieri, and Mr. Justin Annunziata were sworn in by Mr. Kepnes last Wednesday evening in the board meeting in which Mr. David Zwire is now vice president of the board and Mr. Brad Sparta is president of the board during the reorganization meeting. Our hockey team won the Sussex Cup. Look at this wonderful picture, not only of the cup, but of the wonderful guys and gals on the team and the wonderful fans, students who are cheering for our team. One of my favorite pictures of the year. Congratulations to our hockey team. You folks are terrific. Just before the end of the year, Santa came and visited the high school during the pancake breakfast. This is a wonderful picture of some of our students. Stock market game at Lounsbury Hollow is in full tilt this week. Students are working on their Chromebooks, and they are becoming quite the investors, learning the math behind investing. What a wonderful project. Poetry Out Loud, as we said in the beginning, Poetry Out Loud is this Friday. The students will be earning medals. They will be reciting poetry from the collected poems that are acceptable for the national competition. The winner of this competition this Friday will then go to the state regionals, and if they do well there, they will go to the state finals down in Trenton. One person from the state will then be chosen for the National Poetry Out Loud competition. Don't miss it. It's an exciting day. Vernon Township School District announced Governor Educators of the Year this past week. Congratulations to all of these teachers. Mr. Mercader at the high school, Mrs. Studley at Glen Meadow, Mrs. Vitone at Lounsbury Hollow, Mrs. Malzewski at Rolling Hills, Mrs. Mary Rose Cummings at Cedar Mountain, and at Walnut Ridge, Mrs. McDougall. Congratulations to all. And we also announced Educational Service Professionals of the Year. Congratulations at the high school to Mrs. Whiteman. Congratulations to Mrs. Fontana, Mrs. Lagas, Mrs. Walker, Mrs. DeCenzo, and Mrs. Murray, all representing their own schools. Congratulations to all. Another congratulations, and this is to senior Maya Rakowski. Maya is #1 in the class. She runs cross country and track and field, and she's going to represent Vernon Township High School at the annual Pass It Along Scholar Athlete Banquet in March. Maya, we're rooting for you. We know all the great activities that you do, and we know that you are a perfect representative of all that is great about scholar athletes. Congratulations. Mr. Tim Lowry, who is a parent but also a supervisor who works for Mercedes-Benz, came in to address the forensics class, as well as Mr. Falkowski's criminal justice class and some of Mr. Bruno's engineering classes this past week. What a great presentation by Tim. He did a wonderful job with this. He had the students' attention from the beginning because of his great work at Mercedes-Benz. Again, the 4th annual Wreaths Across America ceremony at the Glenwood Ceremony. At the Glenwood Cemetery, a wonderful experience for our students to realize all that people have sacrificed. Vernon Robotics team this Saturday morning got started. They had a strategy session with team and parents. They got themselves ready to go, and they started to tackle the problem that they're going to face in each of the robotic competitions from now until May. We're really rooting for you guys and gals, and we hope that you do very well as you move forward. Thursday, January 18th, at our board meeting, we will honor the following students who were Mind Traveler winners. So as you can see, all these wonderful students will be receiving a book and the praise from Mrs. Auberger, who has created this wonderful program for our students. All right, so those are all the wonderful things that are going on. This is the first week back. We're very excited. So a couple of key important things just to remind you. Poetry Out Loud is this Friday in the auditorium at the high school. Parents, grandparents, if you're interested in seeing your child recite poetry, get the chance at winning the medals, and of course being part of the state competition, it's something you don't want to miss. They usually start around the end of first period in the day and finish up around fourth period, and it's all in the auditorium. So get up there and see those wonderful students reciting poetry. And then our robotics team, we're really rooting for you. We hope for the best for you. Our hockey team, all the great things that our teams are doing, we are your #1 supporters. And finally, next Thursday at the board meeting, we will honor the Mind Travelers, our students, and they will get books, and we will talk about all the great things that reading brings to our lives. So until then, this is Matt Shea and myself just signing off. Have a great day.